together is something new. I've learned a lot from her, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I know that there are millions of people that would love to do what I do, and so I take my job very seriously. At the end of the day, I love MC.
Marianne is a perfectionist like myself, and she's one person who I would trust to go into the studio without me and say, I want a background vocal part that's like this, and sing it to her. And I know she'll call me 20 times until it's the exact way that I want. We have a good time on stage. All the singers are funny. They all have jokes. Like, they're all cracking jokes the whole time. That's why sometimes I can't even make it through the song. Especially I'll be there. Because when Trey is standing there, you know, you never know if he's gonna poke me in the side or whatever. People always be like, why do you guys laugh? It got so bad to the point we couldn't even practically do the song anymore because we would just be laughing at each other.
What's up, Anaheim? I go by the name of the young king, DJ Suss.One. All my sexy ladies make some noise real loud.
We had DJ Suss.One, who's become like, you know, just someone that I really have found to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of things in common, and we would be doing practical jokes and stuff, but, you know, behind the scenes on the tour.
Basically, what I do on this tour is I'm the DJ for Mariah. I do a few scratches on a few of her records. And then when she goes backstage and does her thing to get ready for the next song, I have to hype the crowd up.
Get out your seats, ladies!
That's how I do it.
Everybody who I'm out on the road with has their own rehearsal time. The dancers will be there all day working out their parts, and then, you know, I'll just come in at the end for, like, you know, where am I going on stage at this moment, or what's, you know, a little bit of choreography here and there. In a perfect world, I would rather have more rehearsal time.
Benny put these meetings in after each rehearsal just to go over everyone's tasks and everyone's jobs, and just to try and keep the train on the road and moving really fast down the track. So it was very smart of him because, you know, when you have a tour of this magnitude, this size, you have so many moving parts that you just need to make sure that the parts are all moving correctly in a timely manner together. So big props to him for that.
You know, you can rehearse something until you're blue in the face, and that doesn't mean you're going to do it perfectly every night. We've seen people who clearly are consummate professionals have, like, really disastrous moments on stage that nobody could have really helped or prevented. It's just what, you know, you gotta, like they say, the show must go on, so you deal with it. One time I came up on the lift, and this is nobody's fault really, but the lift was about this far away from where it needed to be, but I still had to somehow get off of that thing. I had a few really difficult moments, even just like with, you know, malfunctions that were nobody's fault, but like one time a shirt popped open and I had to continue singing and hold the top of the shirt while making sure that, you know, everything didn't kind of pop out all over for the world to see. I decided to wear pasties. I'd flash you, but you never know what can happen with that. So I wear pasties now because I was singing Fantasy, and all of a sudden the top was like, shh, pow, but it didn't go pow. I held it together like a trooper because the show must go on.
Yes. I'm just meditating on the set list right now.
Sorry to be boring. It's what I do best. We've got to go. All right, we're moving.
You know, it's a really difficult process just to decide what the songs are going to be that I sing on stage, just to make the set list. I've always liked to know what my fans like to hear live.
It was really tough to make the selection because we go through it all the time. I mean, there are still songs that we haven't yet put back in the set that we used to have in the set years ago. You know, I love Vanishing. You know, there's just so many songs. And I think, you know, we based the set on also logistics, as I said. You know, there was a B stage where she was entering, on which ramp, you know, you have to coordinate it all.
I really enjoyed starting the whole show with It's Like That, being that it was technically the first single from the emancipation of Mimi. what started the emancipation thing and started the adventures and that whole thing. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was like a whole different, you know, a whole different sensation.
Baby, I'm making the most of life. I said everybody.
I used to open the show with Heartbreaker, but this time around it was my second song. And it's funny because I can't ever decide between the two versions. There's one version with Jay-Z and one version that had Brat and Missy on it. I loved both videos and both versions of the song, and it was really incredible to be able to have Brat come out, and then at Madison Square Garden to have Jay-Z come out, and the place just went wild. And that was like one of my most fun moments, and so that was a really cool thing for my fans. I wanted to start the show off, you know, feeling fresh and new and not, you know, okay, she's gonna do the typical same old set list. But, you know, some things work really well back to back, and, you know, some things it's okay to experiment with, like certain songs, like Dream Lover this time around. And I think the fans really responded well to it as well. I really wanted to do something different with the sample, because it's written, the original Dream Lover is written over a sample of a song called Blind Alley. So it's like a classic hip-hop loop that most people don't even realize the song is written over. So it wasn't that much of a stretch to figure out what to do with it. Randy Jackson and myself and a couple different people sat down and came up with some different concepts and ideas, and Dream Lover turned into the beat of Juicy. It was hot to me because it was nice to be able to take something that's like become one of my, I guess it's a classic song of mine now, if you could call it that. It's weird for me to say, but and merge it with something that's really, you know, a classic in its own right, you know, and been done already like 3 times now and been a hit.
I'd give my all to have just one more night with you.
My All is one of the more traditional ballads that I've done that I like to keep close to the way I did it initially. And yet, when it goes into that fast dance mix at the end, it doesn't seem out of the blue to people because I've been doing it that way for a long time. We tried this time to pip it up a little bit more and change it, you know, slightly musically, and to, you know, do the background vocals a little bit differently. But it was kind of like the if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. It's one of those songs where, I mean, I'll never forget even recording that dance version, the fast version of that song. We did it in Australia when I was on tour during Butterfly. And that was a really quick tour, but hopefully next time I go out, I'll be able to go to Australia again, because I loved my time there. But that's why I recorded that just one more night, that section that everybody sings when basically I go